Good morning, children. Myself, Sulochna Das, your history teacher from Adarsh Education Society. Today, we will learn the chapter 2, Europe and India, the remaining part. That is the third part of chapter 2. In this module, we are going to discuss imperialism, struggle between England and France, foundation of British rule in India. But before we start, let us have a quick revision of what we have learned in our previous lecture. We have discussed about Industrial Revolution, rise of capitalism, colonialism, and imperialism. So let's begin. Now all of you know what is the meaning of imperialism. Imperialism means a system in which a powerful country control other countries by establishing its overall domination and establishing many colonies. Many countries from Asian and African continent fell prey to this imperialistic aspiration of the European nation. Children, you are aware of that with the discovery of new sea routes began a new era of trade between Europe and Asia. Many traders came forward to trade with eastern countries through the sea routes. It was not easy to carry out trade single-handedly, and hence many traders came together and started trade. Thus there was rise of many trading countries, and trade with oriental countries was very profitable. And because of that, there was competition among the European countries for acquiring trade monopoly in India. The British established East India Company in 1600 AD to carry out trade in India. This company took permission from Emperor Jahangir and established its factory in Surat. The trade between India and England was carried out through this company. Now let's discuss how the struggle between English and French started. Now, student, you have seen that the Dutch, the Portuguese, the English and the French came to India as a trader so that they could make huge profit. So the center of trade for all of them was same, that is India. Naturally, the feeling of competition arose among them. As a result, they became rival of each other. In Europe, the English and French were rivals and fought several wars. This political conflict in Europe further aggravated their commercial rivalry for supremacy in India. And so, student, thus English and France were rivals in the competition for trade in India. And due to this rivalry, there were 3 wars fought between them which are known as Carnatic War. Carnatic War refers to a series of military conflict between the British East India Company and French East India Company. And the 3 war was fought between 1745 and 1763. In the Third Carnatic War, England finally defeated France. With this, the struggle for power in India between French and the British was over, and the French influence was doomed forever. And the British were able to consolidate their foothold in India because there was no strong European competitor left for British East India Company in India. Now we move on to the next topic, that is foundation of rule of India Company in Bengal. Now Bengal was the first kingdom to be occupied by the British in India, and it was one of the most prosperous provinces in India. The East India Company carried on profitable trade with these provinces. In 1717, the company had secured the right to carry on trade in Bengal from the Mughals without paying any taxes to the government. And in the year 1756 AD, Shiraju-Dowla became the Nawab of Bengal. The East Indian Company officers misused the trade concession obtained from the Mughal emperor in Bengal provinces. The English officers built fortification around the factory without the permission of the Nawab. Hence, Shiraju-Dowla captured the factory at Kolkata, and this created discontent in England. And actually he wanted to stop this fortification activities, and that is why he captured the factory at you can say Calcutta. But the success of Shiraju-Dowla was short-lived. Robert Clive arrived with a strong military force, and he recaptured or reconquered Kolkata. Now English were however not satisfied with this. They wanted to install a puppet Nawab on the throne of Bengal. So Robert Clive diplomatically bribed Mir Jafar, the commander-in-chief of the Nawab's army, and also promised to make him the Nawab of Bengal. Now the British presented the Nawab of Bengal, Shiraju-Dowla, with an impossible set of demands. Both sides realized that war was inevitable. The two armies met the field of Plassey on 23rd June 1757. The fateful Battle of Plassey was a battle only in the name. Nawab's army under the leadership of Mir Jafar, but Mir Jafar made no movement to actually join the battle, and hence Shiraju-Dowla was defeated. Mir Jafar, after this, Mir Jafar became the Nawab of Bengal with the support of British, but later he started protesting against the British. Hence, his son-in-law Mir Qasim was made the Nawab. Mir Qasim also tried to put restriction on the illegal trade of the British. Hence, once again Mir Jafar was made the Nawab of Bengal. To restrict the activities of the British in Bengal, Mir Qasim, Shujau-Dowla, the Nawab of Ayodhya, the Mughal Emperor Shah Alam formed an alliance and ran a campaign. So in 1764 AD, Battle of Buxar was fought in Bihar, and after this battle, British East India Company got the right to collect the revenue from the Bengal provinces as per the Treaty of Allahabad. In this manner, the foundation of British rule in India was laid in Bengal. Student, we can say that the seeds of British imperialism shone at Plassey and flowered after the Battle of Buxar. Now we move on to our next topic, that is British-Mysore struggle. Now, Hyder Ali was the Sultan and the Muslim ruler of the Kingdom of Mysore in southern India. He was also a military commander who played an important part in the wars in the southern India in the mid 18th century. Hyder Ali has rebelled or overthrew the king and took control of Mysore. He was also known as the Tiger of Mysore. After the death of Hyder Ali, his son Tipu Sultan became the ruler of Mysore. The British interfered in the internal politics of Mysore state. Tipu was not in favor of such tactics from the British government, and this gave rise to the conflict between the British East India Company and Tipu Sultan. Tipu Sultan tried his best to fight against the British, but at the end, Tipu Sultan died in the battle at Srirangapatnam in 1799. In this manner, the British took control of the Mysore territory. Now the next topic is British control over Sindh. To strengthen the British power in India, the English turned their attention towards northwestern frontier. Actually, the Britishers feared that the Russia might attack India through Afghanistan, and that is why they started establishing their influence over Afghanistan. The route towards the Afghanistan went through Sindh, and the British understood the importance of Sindh and hence captured it in 1843. Now let's talk about the fall of Sikh power. Now the Britishers moved towards Punjab, and there were two wars fought between Sikh and the British known as Anglo-Sikh War. Let us study what were the reason behind the war. In the beginning of 19th century, the power in Punjab was in the hands of Ranjit Singh. But after the death of Ranjit Singh, his minor son Duleep Singh came to the throne. On his behalf, his mother Queen Jindan looked after the state affair, but she could not keep control over the officers. And taking advantage of this situation, British bribed some of the Sikh Sardar. And the Sikh community thought that the British will attack Punjab, and hence they launched an attack on British. So in the first Anglo-Sikh War, the Sikhs were defeated, but still Duleep Singh remained on the throne. But the growing impact of the British over Punjab was not acceptable to the Sikh. Mulraj, the officer of Multan, revolted against the English. Thousands of Sikh soldiers participated in the war against the British. So in the second war, the Sikh had to face defeat again. So in 1849, the British finally captured the entire region of Punjab. So now with this we come to the end of the chapter 2, that is the Europe and India. In the next chapter, we are going to study how did the British strengthen their foundation of rule in India by defeating the Marathas. Okay, so thank you student and have a good day.